Hello everyone, welcome back to episode 2 of Husky Hustle. I'm Justin Perez.
And I'm Carson Eagen.
Here's where we give the rundown of Uconn sports in just a few minutes.
And the timer starts now.
The Uconn football team played against the Buffalo Bulls on Friday, October 28th, and had a dominating win, 47-3. They are 3-0 at home this season and are on a very hot streak, as they are outscoring opponents 158-34 in this 3-game home stretch. In their last game against Buffalo, they went off. Both quarterbacks saw the field when Nick Evers went down in the second quarter with a head injury. Joe Figiano stepped up again, just as he did against Merrimack.
Figiano finished the game with 217 passing yards, went 11 for 19 passing, and threw 3 touchdowns, all to Skylar Bell. Bell had a monster performance, hauling in 153 of Figiano's 217 yards on 6 receptions. We do have to mention the defense too, who's been playing amazing. Tui Fanyumia-Brown leads the defense with 38 total tackles, which is tied for the most on the team, as he and Langston Hardy each accumulated 2 against the Bulls. This defense has been on fire, and I can't wait to see them play this Saturday against Temple at the Ren.
Now to go to field hockey, these girls are playing amazing. They have improved their record to 9-1, dominating Georgetown 5-0 and beating Delaware 2-1. Since the loss to Harvard, they are on a 4-game winning streak. The NFHCA has these girls at 8th in the country, 3 spots up from 11th last week. The offense this week was led by junior forward Julia Bressler, who racked up 3 goals and 6 total points, which qualified her to be the Big East Offensive Player of the Week.
Jules Sawyer, freshman forward who we spoke about last week, is continuing to play very well with 2 goals and 4 points at Georgetown. She has the most goals on the team with 9 as well, and she continues her dominance. Their next game is home on Friday, October 4th against familiar opponent Villanova. They're looking to improve their record to 10-1 and their Big East record to 3-0. I don't know about you, Justin, but I'm looking forward to seeing what these girls can do from here on out.
Now to go to men's soccer, the Huskies come into today still undefeated with a 6-0-3 record. 3 ties is still very impressive. Freshman Sabree Haney and junior Eli Conway continue to lead the way for the Huskies, each with 4 goals. Uconn begins a 2-game homestand on the 24th against Fairfield University. Despite Uconn leading in corner kicks 7-1 and shots on goal 8-2, the Stags proved that they are much better than their record shows. A back-and-forth bout saw this game end in a 0-0 draw.
Just days later, the Huskies welcomed the Pirates of Seton Hall to town to play in front of a sold-out crowd of 4,364. Wow. These teams have been known to play close games, as Uconn holds a 15-16-4 record against Seton Hall, and this game proved to be no different. It was a physical game, as each team was handed 4 yellow cards. Despite the physicality, neither the Stags or the Huskies were willing to surrender a goal, and the game ended in a scoreless tie. Uconn finds themselves beginning a 2-game road trip as they travel to Villanova on the 4th and to Vermont shortly after on the 8th.
Now we can hop over to volleyball. The Huskies come into today with a 12-2 record. Emma Workmeister continues to prove why she's one of the best in the country. The junior has notched 192 kills and 87 digs in just 49 sets. The Huskies opened up Big East play against a tough Marquette squad on the 27th. Despite losing 3-0, Workmeister earned 13 kills, and Doga Kudulu tallied 11 digs.
Uconn looked to bounce back as they traveled to Omaha, Nebraska to take on the Creighton Blue Jays on the 29th. Workmeister again lit up the box score, tallying 9 kills, 2 aces, and 4 digs. In a hard-fought battle, the Huskies eventually fell in this one as well, 3-0. Even with their recent struggles, the Huskies have proved why they're fighting to be nationally ranked. This team will be back in stores on October 4th to take on the Georgetown Hoyas.
Now to conclude the segment, we have women's hockey. Uconn women's ice hockey is finally underway as the 5-time national champions play 2 games against the Minnesota Gophers on the 27th and 28th. Megan Woodworth is looking to build on her sensational sophomore season. The junior notched 7 goals and 7 assists for the Huskies, and she looks like she's picking up right where she left off. In the first game, Woodworth put the Huskies on the board with an assisted wrist shot in the second period. Unfortunately, that was the only thing that went right for Uconn, as they dropped the first game 4-1.
In Game 2, the Huskies looked to retaliate against this talented Minnesota team. Senior Riley Grimley notched a power play goal in the first period to give the Huskies a 1-0 lead, assisted by Ava Rinker. A back-and-forth scoreless second period led the Gophers, tying it early into the third. That did not last for long, as Brianna Ware put the Huskies back in front just 29 seconds later. However, the Gophers' persistent play deemed to be too much for the Huskies, as they went on to tie it and win the game in overtime.
We thank you all for watching. This concludes Husky Hustle. Hope to see you guys next week.